Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is a Wednesday. It is the 27th day of May, and it is National Cellophane Tape Day, which is pretty cool stuff, really. Like that clear tape.
Okay.
That's pretty cool stuff. It's a good day to celebrate that.
Why would it need a day?
Well, it's probably the day it was invented or something. I'm not sure. It's also National Grape Popsicle Day. It's one of my favorite popsicles, by the way. It's one of the top three for sure. Cherry, grape, and orange. I don't know. It's also, and I know exactly what you're thinking about right now.
Yeah, Brian
Regan. Yeah. It's also National Senior. He's our favorite comedian, by the way, for those of you wondering. And my wife and I know exactly what the other one's thinking just by silly little things like that. National Senior Health and Fitness Day today as well. So seniors, get out there, be fit and stuff. I've got a guest joining me today. Super excited to visit with her, Bogi from AllGirlsGarage. She's been hosting this show since 2012. She's the only original host, and this is like the 9th season. So I'm going to be chatting with her coming up in just a short while. That's on the John and Heidi Show Wednesday edition. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study by the New York University found that Abbott's rapid response coronavirus tests are missing about 48% of the positive cases. So these are tests that have been pushed through. And I understand all this stuff has been done in a kind of a hurry to get things through.
Right.
But if it's wrong, that's almost half the time.
Right.
Like, that's not a good thing. So I'm not sure what they're doing to improve those chances. So, the sad thing is you keep hearing people say, I can't trust the news. Well, now you're saying, well, I can't trust the tests either.
Right.
That's just scary. So not trying to add any more worry to your day, but if you do want to read the details on that, maybe that'll make you feel better. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. I've been trying to avoid the news a little bit lately.
Me too.
But if you do want to read more about it, I do have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. Polk County, Florida Sheriff's Office trying to identify a man caught on surveillance attacking another customer at a liquor store. This happened at about 12:30 p.m. Saturday. According to deputies, the attack stemmed from the suspect getting upset that the victim didn't thank him for holding the door open.
Oh, jeepers creepers.
The victim,
that escalated quickly.
Yeah, seen in the video released by Sheriff's Office, is wearing a tan-colored hat, told deputies he walked into the liquor store while the suspect held the door open. The suspect, who was seen wearing a black and gray shirt and a black hat, reportedly asked, "You don't say thank you to people who hold the door open for you?" The victim responded saying, "Thank you." After jawing back and forth, the suspect quickly approached the victim and started attacking him. The surveillance video shows the suspect repeatedly hit the victim, knocking the man's hat off.
Oh, my God.
Anyone who recognizes the suspect is asked to call the sheriff's office. I've got a link to all the details in the show notes. But this happened at a liquor store at 12:30 p.m. Now, I used to always get confused about the a.m., p.m.
Like noon.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure 12:30 p.m. is not after 11 p.m.
That's correct.
I always used to think, because wouldn't that make more sense? 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m.? No, it's 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m. Very confusing for me. Okay. I mean, that confused me for years. So this is right after noon. This guy's liquored up and beating people up at a liquor store. So bad idea. But that's what happens when your brain is on drugs. And apparently he needed more. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. They're calling it a technical glitch is what caused the CBS Evening News to go off the air during a live broadcast on the East Coast. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it reminds me of a technical glitch that also put my beautiful bride, Heidi, over here. The two of us were on when they did, remember the National Emergency Alert several years ago? It's like in 2016. We had been interviewed by a news program, and when they sent out the National Emergency Alert, they're like, now we have John and Heidi Small. So instead of this is just a test, it was an interview with us.
Right.
So another technical glitch. Brad Pitt, I'd say pretty big name movie star, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So like that's a big deal to
That's a
get
big
Brad
name.
Pitt
You bet.
to be on your program or to come to your graduation.
Okay.
Yeah. Missouri State grads during their virtual commencement address. Guess who popped up? Brad Pitt. So they had Brad Pitt speak at their. I'm not sure what he has to do with graduating, but maybe I don't know if that's his school or if he's from there.
Yeah, maybe he's from there.
I have no idea. But it's really cool that they had Brad Pitt. I'm telling you right now, Brad, if you're available, I'll put you on Movie Star Monday any day of the week. Probably on a Monday though. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. A video of a Domino's delivery driver exploding on a customer who didn't tip him has gone viral. And that's really sad that the company's name is getting dragged through this.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the company and everything to do with that particular driver. So now I even kind of feel bad mentioning what company it was. But, you know, that's what the story says and that's what the headline says all over the place. So this happened last week. I've got a link to the video if you want to watch it. But keep in mind, has nothing to do with the company and has everything to do with that particular person. So, and he was very upset that he didn't get a tip, which I can understand, like, if that's part of how they make their living.
Well, yeah, of course.
But I also, you don't do what this guy did.
No.
No, you just don't.
No,
now,
you don't.
Speaking of pizza news, if you go on to a company called Grubhub, a lot of folks have probably heard of that, but it's like a food delivery thing.
Right.
There's a way that you can order pizza that actually comes from Chuck E. Cheese, but for whatever reason, they're using a different name on Grubhub. So they have like a fake name because people are like...
Because Chuck E. Cheese isn't exactly known for their
it's like,
delicious pizza.
You want to go hang out at Chuck E. Cheese and have pizza? Do we have kids? No, but maybe we can find some to bring with. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
They're kind of known for all the other stuff.
For the games and
they
the
have pizza.
entertainment, right.
But I understand where they're saying, hey, we need to sell pizza. They tried it, I believe, under their real name, and then it wasn't working. So they have like this fake name now. And there are people online that are like calling a foul. They're saying, whoa, what is this? I didn't order this. I ordered this. And they're like, no, that's the same thing. We use that name.
Right.
It's like a mousetrap.
Bait and switch type of situation.
It's like you were just caught in a trap by a mouse. So anyway, video's gone viral of a New Zealand woman who taught her dog to perform CPR. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
I never even knew you could do that. Our dogs, I love our dogs dearly, but every time I read a story about this, the more worthless I realize our dogs are.
Our dogs are
they got all these
pointless.
These other dogs that do all this amazing stuff, and our dogs are like, well, they bark at us a lot.
And they sleep.
They do sleep a lot. I'm going to go back to that Chuck E. Cheese thing, because I just want to make sure I say, I have no problem with their pizza, by the way. Because I just feel bad the way we left that. You know, we poked fun at the fact they had to fake a name online to get people to order their pizza. I don't think it's bad pizza. So I just want to make sure there's probably some person that works at Chuck E. Cheese that was like holding her head pretty low. I got no problem with your pizza. And I don't know what the fake name is because they should have put that in the story because now if people do want to order it, how do they know which one is them, right? Let's move on. A Brooklyn artist by the name of Jeremy Penn has painted a portrait of Dr. Anthony Fauci, who's been in the news a lot lately. Uh-huh. And this portrait just sold for how much do you think?
I have no idea.
Just fling a number out there, Heidi.
$6 and a package of beef jerky? I have no idea.
Did you think that was going to be accurate? Of course it was more. $15,000. Yeah, that's a lot of dough.
Who would want?
I don't know.
I mean, what on earth would
he
you
must
do with
be
this?
a really good painter, and he did a great job of capturing this.
Wait, but you're going to hang this guy up in your house?
I don't know. It's probably going to go in like a hospital or something. I don't know where it's going to go. I have no idea. This has been today's Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Heck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Today we visit with Bogi Latainer, and she's a host on All Girls Garage. 9 seasons you've been doing this. Holy cow, Bogi.
Yeah, 9 seasons and through a network change. It's now Motor Trend Network. Yeah, 9 seasons is insane that we've been doing it that long, but it's been so much fun.
And there's a little bit of a change from 3 hosts down to 2 hosts, but you're still the only one that's been there since 2012.
That is true. I'm the last OG host hanging in there.
Now, let's talk about how the TV show got started, and then we're going to take a step back and talk about how you got interested in doing what you're doing. But how did this TV show come about?
You know, I was not involved in the coming up with the idea. I was doing my thing, minding my business. I was working on cars. I ran a small repair shop in Phoenix, Arizona that I'd started, and a production company reached out, and they said, we're looking for female technicians to be on this TV show. Do you want to come and audition? And at first I said, no, not interested. You know, this was back in the day when reality shows were all about throwing things and yelling and fighting and drama, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. The head of my production company, she was like, no, it's not like that. This is about education. This is about, you know, informing people and just having fun while we do it. And she's like, please check out some of our other shows and come check us out. And so I did, and I'm glad I did, and here we are 9 years later.
All Girls Garage. This isn't some ladies that are acting. This is real women who do this for real. And let's talk about your background and what you were doing before the show came along.
Yeah, so I've been an automotive technician for my entire adult life. I was a BMW dealership technician for about 7 years, and then I opened up a general repair shop in Phoenix that I ran for 13 years. I sold it just last year. So yeah, Master Certified ASE as well as BMW Master Certified while I was with BMW. I've been a tech my whole life and absolutely love it. My co-host, Faye, is also a certified technician, and we genuinely love working on cars, and we love sharing our knowledge about cars and learning new stuff every day.
That's really, really cool. Now, the program is called All Girls Garage, and I'm looking down here. Your shop is Girl Gang Garage. Now, do those two things go hand in hand, or they're two completely separate things?
They are two completely separate things, but they share a similar mission, right? Girl Gang Garage is my new shop in Phoenix. Well, new. It's about 4 years old now. We're not open to the public. We don't do general repairs, and we're not a TV show. We're not on TV, but we do workshops and classes to introduce women to the trades and give them opportunities to work with their hands. And then we do these massive scale all-female builds where we bring women together from all over the country to do a restoration. And it's really meant to highlight and shine a light on all of the incredible women who are just kicking butt in the trades.
Now let's talk about one of those all-female builds, the 57 Chevy pickup that's got a BMW engine in it. What in the world were you thinking there? That's pretty cool, though.
I know. Everybody's like, why? What? And people either love it or they hate it. They either think it's awesome or they think it's sacrilege. But, you know, I was a BMW tech, so that was kind of my background. But I've always loved old trucks. I'm like, let's merge these two. But the idea was really to bring attention to women in the trades. And so what better way to bring attention to women in the trades than to do something a little bit controversial?
and pretty darn cool. Let's talk about the fact that, you know, there are a lot of places that are looking for painters, looking for, you know, skilled mechanics, and they're struggling to find people to fill those positions. And now with what you're doing and kind of bringing attention to, hey, women can do this too. Are you seeing more women make the decision to say, hey, I'm going to do that?
We are seeing a lot more women, and it's exciting to see. We need to see more women and more men. We have a major trades deficit, like you said, and shops all over the country, they're looking for people. And for decades now, we've been telling our kids a 4-year college is the only path to success. Yet you get out of a 4-year college with a ton of debt, not necessarily the ability to get a job these days, but we've got shops desperate for good technicians, good tradespeople. They don't have them. So you get out of trade school or you go in as an apprentice and you've got your pick of jobs all across the country because you're in such high demand. It's a different industry than it used to be, right? Our cars today are rolling rocket ships. They've got more control modules than the first space shuttle. So it's a different industry than it was my grandpa's era or even my dad's era. Cars are totally different creatures now.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us about this, and thank you very much for doing what you're doing. I think it's really cool.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You can catch Bogi on All Girls Garage on Motor Trend TV. I've got all the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A mermaid documentary once fooled so many people in the United States, the government had to issue a statement. In 2013, Animal Planet aired Mermaids, The New Evidence, a documentary, but it was really a mockumentary that proved the half-human, half-fish existed. While the program was fake, clearly fake, plenty of people saw this. 3.6 million viewers watched, believed that it was real. In fact, so many people were fooled that the U.S. government's National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's the NOAA, released a statement on their website addressing the confusion, saying Mermaids, The New Evidence, is just entertainment. No evidence of aquatic humanoids has ever been found. So they're like, yeah, this ain't for reals. Although, I remember watching a documentary by the name of Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah.
Love that movie.
It's back when she was part mermaid. Oh,
love that movie.
You said it's a movie? That's not a documentary?
Correct.
Okay. Well, now we know. This has been today's fun fact.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world. Today we're going to spin the globe and we're going to point right here, Malaysia.
Okay, we've been to Malaysia before.
Well, we've never been there, but we've been there for this feature. Right. Dateline Malaysia. A Malaysian drug dealer became the first person to be sentenced to death via Zoom call last week.
What?
Yeah, well, it was like the judge was on one end.
Oh, he gave him his sentence over... Yeah. I was like, how do you kill somebody with Zoom?
Well, and you think I'm not a fan of Zoom. Guarantee you this dude's not a fan. So he was sentenced to death, this drug dealer, over Zoom. And it's the first time that's ever happened in the world. So it's interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of people listening that are going to think I'm an idiot right now, but I'm not a fan of Zoom because I never really know where to look.
Oh, I can't stand... I don't like any of those video chat calls, not just that particular one.
Yeah, and there's others too. Skype and
all of them.
All of the things where there's a picture of me and there's pictures of other people.
I feel so awkward.
I never know what to look at, and I'm like, am I supposed to look at them? But then I see me and I look like an idiot. I'm like, do I really look that dumb all the time?
Yeah, I can't do it.
This is why we're on radio. Thanks for listening
That's right.
to today's news headlines from somewhere in this world.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Taco Bell customer tossed a bottle filled with human waste through the drive-thru window. That is just... ugh.
Fuck.
They're seeking the public's help in identifying the female suspect. What?
Oh.
Investigators report the woman was involved in a late-night dispute with workers last Thursday at a Taco Bell. During the 11:30 p.m. confrontation, she initially leaned out the rear passenger window of a silver sedan and tried to douse a worker with liquid she was squeezing from a bottle. The bottle, police say, was filled with human waste. The suspect threw the bottle into the Taco Bell through the open window. The eatery had to be closed for several hours for people to sanitize the premises. The suspect is described between the ages of 18 and 25, last seen wearing glasses and a white tank top. It's a female, by the way. So they're looking for this lady. What in the world?
How does a female
I don't know.
obtain a...
I'm not sure. Let's not talk about it. Let's just move on. This is today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Maybe if you're breaking the law, you don't post photographic evidence of it on
that's
Instagram.
usually a rule of thumb.
So there's going to be some people who are going to get upset over what he was doing that was illegal. We're not here to talk about that. We're going to talk about what he did because it's not very smart. So there's a guy who went to Hawaii. He's from the Bronx, by the way. He was vacationing in Hawaii, and he was arrested because he was surfing when the beach was closed, and there was a 14-day quarantine. So he showed up there, and he's like, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go surfing. I'm in Hawaii. I'm going to go surfing. So he snuck out, and he went surfing. The 23-year-old, Mr. Peters, posted these photos of himself, and it's him carrying a surfboard around the beach. He's all by himself because the beach was closed. So anyway, he posted this online, and it was easy to find out who it was. There's his name.
Yep.
So he left the hotel room for the day, went out traveling when nobody was there, and became, instantly recognized through his Instagram selfie. Then he was arrested and charged $4,000 bail just to get out of it. Yeah, so he got himself in a heap of trouble because he broke the law and then was proud about it and was like sharing that online. So a whole lot of stuff going on in the story that's not smart, but that's why it's today's moment of duh.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it hashtag fake news made up to trick you and amuse me?
Okay.
I'm trying to mix things up over here. Should I not do that? I'm not sure where that came from. All right, here we go. Fake news or Florida. A wanted Florida man was found hiding inside a dishwasher in a South Carolina mobile home. Fake news or Florida?
Oh, I'm going to say Florida.
It is a true story. I cannot even imagine how that would happen. There's not a lot of room in a dishwasher.
No.
Must have been a little guy. Because there's no way.
There's no way I could fit into our dishwasher.
No. And either that or it was a really big dishwasher. I don't know. Could have been like a commercial industrial grade dishwasher. I don't know.
In a mobile home?
Yeah, probably not. They have a lot of dishes. That's true. I forgot that detail. No, I know nothing. I've got a link to this story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of hashtag gift card challenge. More details on that, which is good news in itself, can be found at giftcardchallenge.org. There have been a lot of people talking about haircuts because during the 2 month,
everything was closed.
There were places that were closed and people that needed haircuts. And take a listen to this. Here's the headline. Walk-in customer leaves hairstylist $2,500 tip and $3,300 for the staff.
Oh, wow.
This is so cool. A hairstylist was left in tears after a customer tipped her $2,500 before leaving another $3,300 for salon staff who were just returning to work after closure due to the pandemic. This is just a cool story. University of Denver, a Denver stay-at-home order left everybody there, but there's this barbershop called Floyd's 99 Barbershop. It's at the University of Denver. They were finally able to reopen. At the end of the busy day, this young lady had a customer walk in who had just moved to Denver from Chicago. After his cut, he walked out of the barbershop, looked back, and said, "Hey, just so you know, it was not a mistake." She was kind of confused. And that's when a coworker came over and said, "Hey, he just left you a $2,500 tip." She said, I cried. I'm a single mother. It's been a rough few months.
Yeah, I bet.
Not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing when we were going to reopen, when we were going to go back to work. In addition to the tip for this person, the $2,500 tip, the anonymous client also left $500 for the receptionist and another $1,000 for the general manager and another $1,800 for the rest of the employees. So he gave a total of $5,800 for this haircut. Yeah, it's so cool that they would do that.
Wouldn't it be so wonderful to be able to bless people like that?
Oh, that would be so amazing.
I would absolutely love.
I'd love to be in that
to
position
be able to do that.
It's really, really cool that these guys just think about what a difference that made
in their lives. Huge
for each and every one.
Huge.
So coming back and having clients, even people you don't know, show so much love. It just felt great. I've got a link to the story, by the way, if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.